Hey Gemini, welcome to your update. I couldn't remember if I promised you an update, but the energies are really weird around you, so let's see what happens. I have a feeling, so I want to see if my feeling's correct, and I figured why not turn on the video and see if y'all want to join me. I pulled Pisces and I pulled Capricorn updates today. Busy little day. And man, there's some, it seems like everything's sort of tied to the rest of the energy in terms of what I've read so far. Gemini might be a tiny bit of an outlier. So let's see how you're doing. High Priestess is the bottom card. I am not using the same deck that I used for the other two updates either. I'm going back to the Light Seer because, well, I thought that what we were going to do was pull some shadow, but I guess not so far, unless there's shadow within the energies of the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the World. So, what is it? Surface reading would be that you're coming into your great manifestation. And the efforts that you've made so far to get there are even more powerful than the destination itself. Cal is being very, very naughty. His nails have gotten a little bit long, so every time he tries to jump up on my lap, I cut a couple of his nails. So if you see pauses in the video, that's what it's all about. You know, Gemini, you are a queen or king of multitasking. And kind of everything is happening all at once. If I could bet you anything, that movie, Everything All at Once, what is it? That's not the whole title. You know what I'm talking about. The movie that came out about 4 years ago. Oh, I'll bet you got it, Gemini. I'll bet you understood everything about that movie. No explanation needed. The Nine of Wands is on the bottom. Justice. Page of Pentacles. And the Devil. Yeah, I was going to say, if there was anything that was sort of looming with shadow, it was going to be the Knight of Pentacles. I don't think this Devil is for you, though, Gemini. No, it goes back to sort of the more universal aspects of the Devil card being like the anti-choice, right? Whereas the Lovers is the choice card, the Devil is sort of the anti-choice, sort of the soul chain, soul link, soul connection, karmic bond, contract, whatever you want to say. And it's very much in that light. At some point, someone started seeing things differently. I feel like there's a bit of an awakening happening. Listen, I feel like this is old energy, this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this is old energy someone who you might have known for quite some time. So it could be someone who you connected with, and either you got to know each other or you didn't, and either you became a thing or you didn't, but either way, they distanced themselves from you. And whether that was an emotional distance, a physical distance, but they're starting to understand the strength of that connection and their role in why it's not amazing. And they're just about at the end of a journey of discovering that. You know, of course, we want to say, well, this person will come in, try to make amends, try to create something that is more suited for the strength and the bond and the gravity of the connection. I'd love to say that, but this is pretty heavy stuff. This is a pretty heavy connection, and I think if you're in contact with this person, just keep everything as light as possible, connection wise. Just keep your connection nice and light. Don't get into too many details. Don't get too deep. None of that. Oh, you figured out we're this is soulmates, that kind of thing. None of that unless you want them to run away really fast. Okay. All right. 9 of Pentacles. That was pretty quick. We've got the 3 of Wands. The Hanged Man. Cal is still trying to destroy my thigh. The Knight of Cups. Now, was that upside down? I don't know. I'm going to read it as both. So, Gemini, this is you. This is you. I'm seeing I'm seeing a lot of fun. I'm seeing lusty energy, but I'm seeing it in the way that you're really, like, for whatever this means, Gemini, you're really enjoying, like, yourself. Like, you're coming into yourself into a way of confidence and faith that you've never sort of had before. Yeah, it's really nice energy. It's very in the flow. It's very in the flow, but there's a lot about it that is self-love, that is really discovering these new parameters of your expectation of the universe to provide, and vice versa, how you fit into the bigger picture. If that makes sense, that makes sense. It's big, it's heavy too, right? It's heavy too, No tiptoeing through the tulips for us, I'm afraid, Gemini. All right. Why is the world here? We're quickly running out of battery on my camera, so we're gonna give you the update you need, but we're not gonna be long-winded about it. Isn't that right? Okay. Why is the world here? I really do. With this particular world, I get that everything is sort of represented, coming together. It's like filling in the gaps. It's like the universal glue that's sort of filling in the gaps between all the things you want and love. And this is pretty insane, but all the things you want and love, and then all the, there's like this limitless, endless potential, this silky smooth surface to just flow on right now. And at the bottom we have the Lovers. So sort of the antithesis to this is like, there is that choice after all, but you understand it. And maybe whoever this is, whoever's tied to you, sees it as more of a burden. Like, and I hate to say this, but sometimes maybe they think about you or obsess about you and they wonder, they're figuring it out now. And so maybe they'll come to some relationship with that, and maybe they'll come forward. But in the meantime, they've had this sort of bitterness about it sometimes. Like, why can't I get Gemini off my mind? Why can't I get Gemini out of my head? And because you keep popping up. Well, you've probably known the whole time, but they're starting to really figure it out. If you thought they figured it out before, no, 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 no. They're figuring it out now, though. All right, so at the world, we have the Ace of Wands, and we also have the Seven of Pentacles, and then we have Death. So just a little bit of a reminder. But what I'm seeing here is that what I'm seeing here is especially is that you might find that your role changes coming up here. You might find that you are more of a powerful nurturer than you thought you were. And the Death card isn't talking about something that happens in your life. It talks about the facilitation that you will provide in allowing others to let go of things that no longer serve them, of past beliefs. I have a feeling some of those past beliefs and those things they need to let go of are regarding you, right? So suddenly, in just being who you are going to help them understand you on a new level, which will create this little ego death for them. They'll be like, oh shit, I don't have shit figured out. I didn't know who Gemini was, but that's actually Gemini. Oh gosh, okay. And it sort of shapes their whole world. This little Pope right there, that's you. I mean, symbolically, that's you. And this patience, this nurturing, that's you. Yeah, you've got a big new purpose coming up, Gemini. I don't Jesus. I mean, I don't know how it could get any. Are you going to join the freaking nunnery? What is going on, Gemini? This is a lot. This is a lot. And I knew it was a lot. I didn't know it was a lot in like a beneficent way. I thought maybe it was heavy. I don't know. This could be really, really heavy. You could be letting people go, you know. Um, There's definitely some ideas being challenged, but I think you're the one to do it. Just by being you, dude. Just by being you. You don't have to be active. You just have to be you, live your life. I think this is especially true for Geminis with any Aquarius in your chart or Virgo in your chart. I just named about all the Geminis. Unless you like Gemini with Gemini rising, Gemini moon, Mars, Venus. I did meet someone, wasn't full Gemini, but I met someone who it was really a crazy anomaly. And I was like, did I get everything right? But they had almost every placement in Libra, except for like one in Scorpio. Can you imagine? What a combination. I ran away from that. I'm sure they were lovely people. But that's a lot of I can't make up my mind, and a lot of yeah. Justice is on the bottom. We're just doing 2 cards per Wheel of Fortune and Judgment. Universal karma. There's universal karma. I think the wheel to me is indicating the moment of direct placement. So it's almost like, if this is for this person, it's almost like, and maybe multiple people, right? Maybe multiple people got you wrong or got your relationship wrong. This is, and let's say that it's been in like a retrograde since you met these people. And this is where it goes direct, right? This is where it goes direct and everything sort of eases back into this alignment that we then see true connections, true relationships, the truth behind things. The time is like that's the universe right there. Whether they actively see it and seek out to understand it more is up to them. Whether they see this karmic not lesson, but this karmic place, this bond, or who you are and what you can help them with, whether they see that as encouraging or whether it scares them too much. That's what I think. um, Let me just, for these strong connections, universe, just tell me. I just want to all right, I just want to see, maybe how many of them are going to be able to come forward. Oh, that was quick. Bottom card is just for me. Top card. Yeah, not very many. Not very many of them are going to make that risk. But that's okay. That's okay, because there will be some folks who really do understand this connection. I really can't, with the King of Wands coming up, instead of the Emperor, instead of the Knight of Cups, instead of the Eight of Wands, instead, there's so many ways it could have showed itself. This is the one way that the universe is like, no, probably not. Probably that ego is going to keep them in check, even though they're going through some perspective shifts, even though they understand the connection better now. It's almost like it's too late, That's okay. Because you got this going on. And you got this going on. You're making some major moves that it looks like the universe is rewarding you for in really big ways. And it really doesn't matter at this point who loves you, who will circle back and apologize, what will happen. Doesn't matter, what new connections you make. Really, honestly, like, it is what it is. The right people are going to find you. The universe is definitely there with you. The universe is, don't, you're not forsaken in any way. The universe is right there. And so is everything else and all the other experiences. So the way that your person or other people come towards you in the 3D, and the choices by willpower, and these decisions that they make that are influenced by their culture and their trauma and their family and their friends and their insecurities and their ego, those don't matter, right? Just think about that every time somebody does something. I don't even think you have to. It's already there. But for the rest of you watching, cross watchers or whatever, just think about every time somebody does something that is not expected, or that's disappointing, or that's less than you wanted. Just remember that it is not you that's informing their decision. If it was, they'd probably make the right decision. It's not you informing their decision. It's them. It's their trauma, it's their baggage, it's their family, it's their friends, it's their insecurities, it's their ego, it's their misunderstanding. It's so many things. Okay. Really, if people, how boring would it be if people saw things the way that you do, right? Ugh, snooze fest. We'd just be walking around understanding each other, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. Doesn't take away the fact that you have a ton of love, universe level love, and you're discovering this incredible self appreciation and self strength, and it's going to take you to amazing places. Gemini, that's it. That's it, Gemini. That's your update. Remember that the readings all, are influenced by the reader as well as the time in which they're pulled. No reading comes out of a vacuum. So if this resonates, it resonates. And it's pretty timeless, but whenever you found it, you were meant to find it. Thanks, guys.